Tired of your photos looking flat, blurry, or just plain dark? What if I told you the secret to professional-looking images isn't a new camera, but learning to master one simple tool? That's right, we're talking about flash. And no, I don't mean that harsh deer-in-the-headlights look from your pop-up flash. Stick around, and I'll show you how to transform your photography by truly understanding light. So why use an external flash? It's not just about brightening a dark room. It's about taking complete control of the light. First, it gives you consistency. Whether you're shooting indoors, outdoors, or in mixed lighting, your flash ensures your exposure. And colors stay the same from shot to shot. No more fighting with changing sunlight or dim lamps. Second, it means sharper images. The quick burst of light from a flash effectively freezes motion, giving you incredibly crisp, tack-sharp details, even when your subject is moving. It's a game changer for portraits, action, and event. Photography. Flash also creates depth and separation. By lighting your subject properly, you can make them pop right out of the frame while letting the background fall into a pleasing, slightly darker tone. This instantly draws the viewer's eye exactly where you want it. And finally, it adds that professional polish. Think about those beautiful catchlights in a model's eyes, the smooth skin tones, and the clean, vibrant look you see in magazines. That's often the magic of well-placed flash. It gives you the creative power to shape light and even recreate a studio look anywhere you go. Okay, let's get practical. How do you set up your camera for flash photography? It starts with the exposure triangle, but with a slight twist. First, set your ISO as low as possible, usually between 100 and 400. Your flash is providing the light, so you don't need to crank up the ISO and introduce unnecessary noise. Next, your shutter speed. This is crucial. You need to stay at or below your camera's maximum sync speed, which is typically around 1/200th or 1/500th of a second. If you go faster, you'll see a black bar across your image unless you use high speed sync, but we'll save that for another day. For now, just remember, your shutter speed controls the ambient light, the light already in the scene, not the flash exposure. Your aperture, on the other hand, controls how much flashlight reaches your subject. A good starting point is somewhere around f5, 6, or f8. This gives you a nice depth of field and helps prevent your subject from being blown out. For white balance, you can set it to the flash preset or dial it in manually to around 5500 Kelvin for clean, natural-looking skin tones. Now for the flash itself, you have two main modes. TTL, which stands for through the lens, and manual. TTL is fantastic when things are moving quickly, like at a wedding or an event. The camera automatically determines the right amount of flash power for you. Manual mode gives you full control and is perfect for portraits or any situation where you want absolute consistency. Start with your flash power at 1/16 or 1/8. Take a test shot and adjust from there. Always check your histogram to make sure your exposure is spot on. Where you put your flash is just as important as your settings. Please, whatever you do, avoid pointing it directly at your subject from on top of your camera. That's what creates harsh shadows and that dreaded washed out look. Instead, try bouncing the flash. Aim the head of your flash up towards a white ceiling or to the side at a neutral colored wall. The light will bounce off that surface and wrap around your subject beautifully, creating a soft, flattering effect. It's the single easiest way to instantly improve your flash photos. But the real magic happens when you take the flash off your camera. Using a simple wireless trigger, you can place your flash anywhere you want. Put it to the side to create dramatic Rembrandt or split lighting. Place it behind your subject for a beautiful rim light that separates them from the background. The creative possibilities are endless. To take it even further, you need to use modifiers. Think of these as tools to shape your light. A softbox or an umbrella will soften the harsh light from a bare flash, creating a beautiful, gentle light that's perfect for portraits. A small diffuser dome can spread the light more evenly in a room, while a grid or snoot will focus the light into a tight beam for more dramatic effects. Don't forget a simple reflector to bounce some light back into the shadows and balance your scene. Here is a bonus tip to tie it all together. Learn to blend your flash with the ambient light. Remember how I said your shutter speed controls the ambient light? Use that to your advantage. First, set your aperture and flash power to correctly expose your subject. Then, adjust your shutter speed to determine how bright or dark you want the background to be. If you're in a dimly lit room, slower shutter speed will let in more of that ambient light, so your background doesn't turn into a black void. The flash will freeze your subject, so you get a perfectly sharp person in a beautifully exposed environment. It's the secret to making flash look natural, not artificial, so start experimenting. Bounce your flash, take it off camera, and play with modifiers. You'll be amazed at how quickly your photography will improve. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more photography tips and tricks. Let me know in the comments what you want to learn about next. Until then, keep shooting.